You know, more and more, I'm seeing women with the bad type of charges. And some of those women, some may argue, may seem like they are attractive to some. But make no mistake, what they're doing is bad. And just because a woman is doing it does not make it like okay. And that's the crazy thing about it. It just hits different when it's a woman who some might consider a baddie. I don't know why I'm seeing so many stories like this involving teachers and just women in jobs where you would never want to see a situation like this play out. The story I'm getting ready to share with you today is probably one of the most insane variations of this, involving a woman who was not a teacher, but the God bless it mayor of some small little area, I imagine, called DeRidder, Louisiana. And not sure if you've seen this, if you follow After Prison on Facebook, I've been sharing about this story because it's in trial right now. As a matter of fact, it's Monday as I'm filming this video. The trial is continuing today. They actually had trial on Saturday. I've never even heard of such a thing. Court on the weekend? I thought they were closed for Saturday and Sunday. The reason why this story hits so much different is for a couple of reasons. One, this lady was a mayor. Two, in the comments on Facebook, everybody was kind of lusting over this chick, which is crazy. The incident in question, where the bad type of charge stems from, was witnessed by her own damn children, which is horrible to think. It also happened at a party for her teenage son and his friends, where this mother and mayor would get drunk and end up sleeping with one of her son's friends who was 16 years old at the time. And again, this was seen by her son, by her younger daughter, I believe. So not only did she get drunk at a party she hosted for her teenage son and his friends, she slept with one of those friends. She was seen sleeping with one of those friends. Buddy shot up the club. The young man shot up the club. I know that's a horrible analogy to use in this matter. And what I mean by that is Buddy shot up the club. I don't know another way to word it. When they got done doing the deed, they had to commit the walk of shame. They both came downstairs, to which all hell would break loose at this party. The son was arguing with mom because, Mom, what are you doing? You let Tyler hit. How you gonna let Tyler hit? And then Tyler shot up the club. So Mom, the mayor, also had to get on freaking DoorDash and order some Plan B, because it certainly didn't seem like at the time she had much of a Plan B going into this situation. I don't want to make jokes about this, but there is some wild shit that I guess I could horribly do so with. You want to talk about being an embarrassment to your kids, to your family, like this is terrible, man. I feel so bad for her teenage son, who will see this video, who is seeing his mother's trial play out in court right now and having to relive this shit. He's had to get on the stand and testify. The younger daughter, I think, had to as well, too. Man, they even put the freaking DoorDash delivery driver on the freaking stand, and he knew exactly where he was going because it's a small town. He took his kids trick-or-treating to this house of the mayor. He made the delivery for the Plan B. And he says during the trial, during his testimony, that a few days later, he starts to hear the talk of the town. Being this situation, it's a small town. You know how rumors spread. Folks, this woman's name is Misty Roberts. She was the mayor of DeRidder, Louisiana. This took place 2024 is when this took place. And shortly before these charges were brought to her, she would have to resign from her post as mayor. I don't know if she made some announcement, did a video, hey, I fucked up. I slept with my underage son's best friend or friend, and then he shot up the club. I had to DoorDash to Plan B, and one thing led to another. Now I'm Schedule C indictment. Like, man, this is a horrible situation. Misty Roberts, who once was the mayor of a small town, is now getting ready to probably go to prison. What's interesting about this, when she ordered the DoorDash Plan B, she used an alias name. Her name is Misty Roberts. She used Misty C ordering Plan B. Little play on letters or some shit right there. So anyways, during the trial, a couple of things. The jurors were shown a lucrative or lewd photograph from this party. It was a pool party where Misty Roberts, the frickin' mayor, was in a frickin' bikini with these young teenage boys, I guess, like looking up at her in the picture. They talked about the picture. They talked about text messages prior to the party where Misty Roberts, the mayor, was asking her teenage son, like, what kind of alcohol to buy for this party. How did mom get so drunk at this party? She just lived out her wildest fantasies. And unfortunately for her, her wildest fantasies are illegal and carry prison sentences and are bad charges. You a PDF file. Does it make it different? Like Buddy was 16, mom was a baddie. You know, it doesn't hit the same as a dude, like some creepy guy messing with kids. It just doesn't hit the same. I don't give a damn. You know it doesn't hit the same. But it's still, you can't go doing it. And it's wild to me that we're seeing so many stories like this all over the place. You've got these women who a lot of people will feel like are attractive messing with minors. What is going on? Maybe most women do have PDF-like tendencies and, desires. Is that like something that people desire? You want to be with like some teenagers type shit? I don't know. Also worth noting about this situation, this woman was freaking married and her husband was not around during the party, but certainly he found out right afterwards and he divorced her ass and got custody of the kids. That's a wild situation to think about the husband. Oh, God, can you imagine how shameful Buddy must feel? How much less of a man you have to feel that your wife decided to step out on the marriage on you with a child? Where did you go wrong? Some of the stuff that was discussed in court was the interview that took place between her son and investigators. And it was a recorded interview where he said he saw his mother having sex through a cracked window. But when he was in court, he changed his testimony saying he didn't know what he saw. And of course he would do that. That's his mom, for God's sakes. You don't want your mom going to prison. Not behind this. This is a mistake. I'm sure the kid, I can't say what he's feeling, but there's a possibility that the kid maybe is coming to an understanding. You've seen the movie American Pie. It was even glorified in that. The daughter, they don't mention how young the daughter was, said that she saw her mother and the teen on top of each other that night. There was mention of the mother puking that night like she was shit-faced. And I've mentioned in other videos, I'm going to mention it again here. Hey, this wasn't her. This was the alcohol. She would never act like this under normal circumstances. Can we say that addiction, and it doesn't even have to be addiction, you just got so drunk this night, maybe you didn't eat nothing all day. You probably didn't even drink all that much, or maybe you did. Maybe this was your one chance to just let it all hang out. And let it all hang out you most certainly did with a 16-year-old boy. Does that come into play at all? I mean, shit, you might as well be trying to get an insanity plea then. Because if you're not in your right frame of mind and you are blackout drunk, you probably ain't even got no recollection of this shit for real. But you know what you did. Might have even been a night you'll never forget. Whew, this is just wild, hot and steamy type shit. There's also mention, and the defense tried to use this, talking about the son's interview with investigators, where the investigators kept trying to get the son, allegedly, to admit or say that he saw his mother having sex with this kid. I think that that's what it was. The defense pointed out that in the Sun's interview, the forensic interviewer allegedly said, "Just say it once and we can move on." The transcript labeled that moment as unintelligible, which is wild to think. Despite the disturbing testimony, none of the witnesses who testified today, this was last week, this story was coming from, none of the witnesses who testified said they saw any private parts or explicit sexual contact, only close proximity and concerning behavior. Folks, that was from last week. I want to share with you what took place on Saturday. And again, keep in mind that at the time of you seeing this video, there's probably been more developments in this. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, how much time this woman is going to get for this. Do you think she's going to prison? I think she is. I really do. So on Saturday, that would be day 5 of this lady's trial. They mention a text allegedly trying to cover up the situation where I believe this woman, Misty Roberts, made the comment, "Lie till you die." Also worth noting about this, I feel like I'm just gossiping with you about this, right? Like there's so much steamy details to this. When the sex was over and this woman, this grown woman and this child come down the stairs, arguments begin and continue all throughout the night between the son and the mother and probably others as well too with this woman. It would be not long, within I guess the next couple of days, where the kid who slept with this lady, his parents found out about the situation and she was texting with the parents because there was a lot of concern over whether Buddy shot up the club. You get what I'm saying? Where Buddy just skeet all down them walls. You know what I mean? Like Buddy did not have the pull up. The pull up. He's not much older than pull ups, to be honest, just a little baby. Yo, Buddy did not have no pull-out game. Man, you damn near got pregnant by a child. So the parents was very concerned about whether this took place, that particular part of the incident took place, and if she was going to do anything about it, which she mentioned, I did the Plan B thing. They also had the ex-husband testify she confessed to having sex with a minor. "Just tell me what you did, Misty. Did you sleep with Timmy's friend? Did you sleep with him? You did, didn't you? You liked it too, didn't you?"
Where's the lamb sauce? Where's the lamb sauce?
Oh, God, I feel for the husband. I really do. This is a terrible situation. Saturday, the ex-husband took to the stand and told jurors she directly confessed to having sex with the teenage boy at the center of this criminal trial. They also had her lifelong best friend testify against her, saying she discussed keeping the alleged incident from police and sent a text message that said, "Lie till you die." She also told her husband the kids had caught them in the act. After the wife confessed to this ex-husband, the ex-husband then talked to the son. The son confirmed the situation. I really wonder where this guy was during this party. You got to imagine, had he been there, maybe this would have never happened. Probably wouldn't have. I wonder if he blames himself for this at all. It's not your fault, ex-husband. It's not. It is such a sick, screwed up situation here. There was a lot of text messages that were shared on Saturday in relation to this. A teenage member of the victim's friend group also took the stand on Saturday afternoon and testified the victim appeared drunk and tipsy the night of the party. Oh my God. Not only did you sleep with a minor, the young man was drunk. They say the victim vomited. He said Roberts was talkative and dancing. He said he witnessed Roberts flirting with the victim and dancing on him. My God, this was just a drunken stupor that everybody was in. What could you find attractive about a 16-year-old boy puking his brains out? I wonder if that was before or after this took place. What if he wasn't puking from the drink, but from what he had done? Oh my God, what did I do? I slept with Buddy's mom. Blah! They say the youngest daughter came into her son's room that night and told a group of kids that she saw mom and the minor making out by the pool. Afterwards, the friend of the victim, said he saw Roberts and the victim having sex through a cracked window. After the two came downstairs, he said there was yelling and a big argument that followed. There was another text message group between, I believe, this lady's best friend and her ex-sister-in-law, where there was mention of, "I'm telling you, he didn't." And they asked the witness what they believed that meant. And they said, "I can only take it that he did not ejaculate in her." Jurors also heard testimony from the DoorDash driver who delivered the emergency contraception to Roberts' home after the alleged incident. They also showed screenshots of text messages between Roberts and the victim's mother regarding pregnancy concerns. Could you imagine how embarrassing that had to be for this lady to have to talk to this young boy's mom? Oh my God. The best friend of this lady also testified that she went to the party twice that night. She arrived at 8 p.m. and said Roberts was the most drunk she had ever seen her, adding she had been called to calm Roberts down after an argument with Roberts' son, and then she left at 11 p.m. She returned again, this best friend did, at 2 a.m. and said she found the lady yelling and accusing the best friend's son of having a video of the alleged incident. They said the scene escalated quickly. The whole night was a lot of chaos. She said the situation took a more alarming turn, stating it quickly went from that situation into her wanting to end her life. The best friend testified that the following day, Roberts told her she had no recollection of what happened that night and that Roberts' ex-husband was on the way to help sort things out. "We never discussed the event in detail," the best friend said. They mentioned the ex-husband was on his way to help sort things out. So I wonder if they were already divorced at the time or going through a divorce. Boy, Buddy got out in the nick of time if that's the case. Maybe he was already seeing unsettling, alarming behaviors. If she was already divorced, Shorty pulled her a Shia LaBeouf situation. He was down in New Orleans, got in the fight with the three guys over the gay guy touching his leg in the bar. I know you've been seeing all about that, but you know, he's going through a divorce too. People act the fool when they're going through a divorce. Maybe this was a similar situation. Finally, worth noting, they say Roberts resigned as mayor days before her arrest in 2024. This is her second trial also, because the first ended in a mistrial after two judges who had overseen the grand jury proceedings were removed from the case, leading to her indictments being thrown out. She was arraigned on the current charges earlier this year. They're out to convict this woman, and convict her, they most certainly will. She's dead to rights, at least in the court of law. But she has no recollection of the event. So can we blame her? Is it really that bad what she did? This is only speculative. Devil's advocate type ish. I mean, shit, what would you do if you was 16 and Ben's mom was coming on to you and she looked like that? Crazy to think. I'll be interested to see how this story plays out. I really wanted to share this with you. I'll also be curious to know what you have to say. And if you found some interest in this video, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you think. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!